Welcome to the Strong Life Coach podcast, where we speak life, coach life, write life, and lead life. Today, I'm joined in the podcast studio by Katherine Franco. Katherine, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
All right. Well, I'm excited to have a conversation with you, and I'm excited to showcase your journey. For everyone listening in, I want you to know a little bit about Katherine. Katherine Franco is an attorney who is the owner of the law office of Katherine D. Franco, serving the greater Los Angeles and San Diego area. She was born and raised in Los Angeles to immigrant parents from El Salvador. She is a first-generation college graduate from the University of California, Irvine, and Western State College of Law. She has dedicated her career to serving the community she came from and strives to provide quality representation to all her clients. Follow her on Instagram for updates on immigration at Franco Law. Katherine, what inspired you to become an attorney?
Really, my family. Like you mentioned, my family all immigrated from El Salvador during the early 80s when the Civil War was going on in El Salvador. My dad, in particular, was fleeing death threats and persecution in El Salvador. So there wasn't really an option of whether you stayed or, it was life or death, really. You stayed or you fled. And they just inspired me so much. My mom, my dad, and my three sisters came here. My sisters were about 11 or 12 years old when they came here. And unfortunately, they were all around the same age. They were only a year apart from each other. And they all graduated high school around the same time. And my dad couldn't afford to put them through college because they still didn't have legal status at the time. And I, on the other hand, had the privilege of being born here and having access to federal financial aid, right? And it would have been just a shame for me not to take advantage of that and pursue a professional career. And I feel like in our families, it's either like you're going to become a doctor or an attorney, right? And my sisters really wanted me to become a doctor, but I can't stand to look at blood. So I really wanted to become an attorney, really to help our immigrant community.
Yes. Wow. That is an inspiring story and background with your parents and the sacrifice they made to come here. And then even I sense your gratitude for being born here and the opportunities you had because you were born here. And then feeling a sense of responsibility to move forward and maximize your educational experience to become an attorney. I love hearing stories like that.
Yes, definitely. My sisters were a great inspiration, and my father as well. My father always told me, right, your education is the key to the world, right? And that's something that no one can ever take away from you. And to this day, that lives true, right? There's been instances in my life where I felt like I lost everything, but nobody could take away my education. And that was something that I was always able to fall back on. And my sisters, and although they were not able to go to college right after high school, they still pursued their degrees as adults, working full-time jobs and also going to online school, having children, having families. And now all of my three sisters, I'm so proud of them, have BA degrees. But, it was always something that my father instilled in us and my mother as well, that education is the only thing that we have that can really not be taken away from us.
I love that. You said education is the key to the world. I think that's a book title right there. I love that. I love that notion, and I love hearing about the success of your family. I think there's stories of endurance, resilience, and perseverance, even as you described your sisters, although they didn't have the opportunity to do it right after high school, but to still keep that vision in mind and to see all of your dad's, all of the children to get that education. I think that's a beautiful, powerful thing.